that, we are about ready for the tip-off. The Tampa Spartans take on the Georgian Lions in the first game of Thanksgiving action for women's basketball here at New Tampa. I'm Taylor Sordy, joined by Alex Trevor. And Alex, an exciting game for our 4-1 Spartans. Looking to get win number 5 on the season.
Should be a good one, Taylor.
It certainly should. Tampa coming off of a win last time out against Southeast Oklahoma. And the tip-off, while won by Pillar, is picked up by Julia Wesper as Georgian Court starts with a 3, and they've got it. They take the 3-0 lead. But as we get underway, let's give you the Tampa starting lineup. In the front court, we've got Olivia Davis, the sophomore guard, the number 3, alongside Audrey Ramsey, the number 5. We've also got Marissa McDonald and Siriana Rodriguez as 2 forwards, with Zoe Pillar as the center. That's tipped out of bounds, but it'll stay with the Spartans. They'll get an inbound from under the court.
Already some early energy from Georgian Court. They know that Tampa ranked 8th in the country with a target on their back. Georgian Court not off to a great start this season as McDonald misses that one.
And the Lions are 0-3 so far. That'll be a costly turnover as it's picked up by Davis. The Lions need to start strong, and they need to bring intensity early if they want to try to make an upset on the road. Last time out, the Lions suffered defeat against Bloomsburg. We'll mention that result later. But for now, here's their starting 5. They've got the number 4, Tyra Lovelock, the number 11, Niall McCargo. They've got the number 12, Julia Wesper, number 25, Alexi Hoy, as Pillar is on the board for the Spartans, 3-2, and the number 30, Carissa Smedley. Played up to the top of the three-point line. The Lions bring it out wide. Now trying to bring it closer to the paint.
I was going to say, as you were reading the lineups, an early offensive rebound for Pillar, the putback and in.
There's a three-point shot offline. Tampa almost gets the offensive rebound, but it'll go back to the Lions. But indeed, Tampa very successful on the boards, had 40 last time out against Southeast Oklahoma, and a lot of that rebounding prowess comes from Zoe Pillar, who's averaging a double-double this season, 18
I was just about to say, Zoe Pillar, as I like to call her, a walking double-double.
Always great to have Pillar's presence on the floor. A great defender and a great rebounder.
And it's not just the size and strength of Pillar that makes her such an elite rebounder. It's her footwork, it's her ability to box out her opponents. And she should, assumingly, have a field day today with Georgian Court's 2 centers both out of the game.
Yes, Pillar at 6'1", one of the taller players on the floor. And while there are Lions players that are taller than Pillar, she does have a height advantage over the current starting 5 and finds the assist to McDonald, who makes the layup. It's 4-3 Spartans. The tallest player in the starting 5 for the Lions is Carissa Smedley, the 5'10" freshman from Newton, Pennsylvania. Looking for a pass to the paint, won't find it. It's sent out wide. Looking for the shot was Wesper, out to McCargo. Good ball movement for the Lions. 7 minutes to go in the quarter. Driving to the paint. Taking it up top.
Defense.
3-point shot. Takes a couple of bounces, but lands in. Nice look there by Wesper, and it's a 6-4 lead for the Lions.
And as you can see, a full court press early in effect for the Lions, trying to get any sort of momentum they can. You saw the one defeat for the Spartans is an early timeout by Tom Jesse.
Yes, Tampa wanting to talk things over, but they did a great job of breaking through the press. You saw them pass the ball down the floor from one player to the other, and eventually they find Zoe Pillar in the paint. Previously at West Florida, the senior from Brentwood, Tennessee, one of the team leaders for the Spartans. Although last time out, Pillar was pretty quiet for Tampa, only putting on 11, 7, and 3 in the game against Southeast Oklahoma. It was actually the graduate student, Marissa McDonald, previously from Vermont, who had the best performance on the scoring front with 17 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists.
Yeah, and McDonald has really come on the year. Not a starter last year, came off the bench, did play some minutes, but this year with Sarah Jones gone and a couple other key starters from last year, she's really stepped up, started all 5 games, coming into this one, including the sixth game today. And you'd like to see the Spartans get off to a better start than what they did the last time they faced a team that pressed them the entire game in Clark Atlanta. Clark Atlanta was able to, really tire the Spartans out and then hit some key shots like Georgian Court has now. But be curious to see if the Lions are able to keep up this shooting start, going 2 for 3 from the three.
The 2 for 2 thrown beyond the arc was a great start for the Lions. They haven't been able to find anything in the paint, and they'll miss their three-point shot that time, as it'll go the other way. The rebound was picked up by Smedley, but out of bounds. Smedley landed awkwardly on her leg, but she looks good to continue. And the inbound coming up from Ramsey as the Lions are ready to bring another full-court press. And you see Tampa getting ready for an inbound play thanks to the press from the Lions. The shot was just missed by Tyra Lovelock. Last time out, Lovelock had 6 boards, 4 assists, only 4 points in a 78-44 loss against Bloomsburg. It was the best Lions loss of the year, though.
If you can have a best loss in this wonderful sport of basketball.
Now play to the paint, Pillar inside. And Alex, you hypothesized that would be a good day for Pillar. She's already on the board with 6 points, going 3 for 3 from the field. Now out to the corner. Some good ball movement from the Lions. They'll bring it to the paint with the number 3
pivot inside
Smedley.
move for Pillar on that last one. Wonderful footwork.
Passed up top. Looking for the shot is Lovelock. Now to the paint. Not a lot of room. And McCargo will keep the ball as it's knocked away by the Spartans. McCargo one to watch after having 15 points in the previous defeat for the Lions. Won't go to McCargo, instead up top to Westbrook. McCargo mid-range, won't go, Pillar on the board, and Tampa can bring it down the floor. And this is a chance for the Spartans to get ahead. Tipped out a play by McCargo. It'll stay with the Spartans.
Ramsey got lucky there. McDonald wasn't even looking.
Yeah, it was a good idea for the pass. McDonald wasn't expecting it. New pass on the way on the inbound from Ramsey.
This time McDonald is expecting it.
And we'll
knocks it down.
Mid-range shot from McDonald. Pass out to the right, and that'll be the first foul of the game for the Spartans on Rodriguez. Just a little too close to the offensive player that time.
If I'm Tom Jesse, I don't mind that foul. That's the week 1 defensive player of the week in the SSC, Sariana Rodriguez. She's been very, very good with her active hands in the passing lane, picking off balls. She's leading the team in steals, I believe.
It's sort of the saying, you have to...
Gets a tough stop there.
Yeah. Spartans now bring it down the floor. It's the number 5 of Ramsey. Holding on to the ball. Trying to get past her defender, won't be able to. Good short passing into Pillar. Avoids the double team. Davis won't go from beyond the arc. Tampa already with some players back to prevent the fast break. McCargo in the paint. Gets stripped. Was calling for a foul. Won't go, and there's the foul on Westbrook. And it'll stay with the Spartans. Aggression from the Lions as we'll get the first few substitutions of the game. That's Samantha Jones and Maria Stănescu on the floor. Stănescu, the freshman from Romania, and Jones, a freshman from New Jersey.
A lot of internationals on this side.
Yes, and a lot of freshmen on this team as well. A young core that could develop for the future. You mentioned McCargo was one of their best performers last time as Pillar with another basket.
That was great defense, just excellent offense. I don't think you can be any more physical than that without drawing a foul. Great basketball play.
There's a three-point shot, it's offline. And that's gonna be out of bounds, and it'll go to the Spartans. Some of the Lions players are a little surprised that they lost the ball in that possession. They are wearing the blue and gold. Tampa wearing our standard home uniforms, the white and red. Now bringing it down is Andre Ramsey. Looking for some room off 2 screens into Pillar. Kicks it out. And that is a travel on Davis. Unfortunate. Had the right idea to try to move past the defender who was closing out. Instead, it'll be a turnover. And now the Lions can bring it back down.
Great vision by Pillar on that play, though, even though it resulted in a turnover. They know that Pillar's already got 8 points to her name, that they want to try to double team her, immediately kicks it out. Davis tried to be a little too fast on her sidestep.
Tampa's been on an 8-0 run, and Pillar's performance inside so far has definitely been the catalyst for it. The Lions can't find a three. Now trying to bring the ball inside. Pillar, great on-ball defense. They'll kick it out wide to Jones. Jones bringing it inside, kicks it out wide again. Out to the corner. Up top. And that'll go. Nice three-pointer from Stanescu.
Back-to-back plays were just great defense, just better offense. This has been some great basketball here early in the first quarter.
The Lions now 3 for 5 from beyond the arc. Their long-range shooting has been a big benefit to keeping this game close. It ends the Tampa run. Mid-range look for Ramsey, won't go, and it just lands in front of Pillar. Won't come up with rebound number 3 in the ball game.
Ramsey just needs one shot to go. Once she sees that ball go through that white net, she'll be just fine. I think she's almost pushing it a little too much, just leaving everything just a little bit short.
Offline, rebound picked up by Davis. Tampa a little bit cold from the field and beyond the arc. Well, like you said, Alex, once they start to heat up, there won't be any stopping the Spartans. They generated momentum in the fourth quarter in their victory against Southeast Oklahoma last time around, although that was mainly on the defensive end. They held Southeast Oklahoma to 2 fourth quarter points en route to an 88-52 victory to take their 4th win of the season and improve to 4-1. Now in the game for the Spartans, the freshman from Italy, Georgia Palmieri. Italy and Tampa have been developing a partnership in baseball. Earlier in the fall, Tampa had a 2-game series against the Italian national team, primarily of young players that are looking to form the backbone of their Los Angeles 2028 Olympic roster. Tampa split the series 1-1, but good news for Spartans fans is we believe that Italy will be back next year, and I think the Spartans will also be on the road sometime to Italy, which will definitely be fun.
In the meantime, Georgia Palmieri is a great way to fill that Italian-sized hole in our Tampa heart. She has been outstanding in that it can be a little rough, that transition from European basketball to American basketball. American basketball is a lot less physical. You can't play as much with your hands. It's almost a completely different game, especially if you've grown up in Europe playing that her entire life. She plays on the Italian 3-on-3 team in her high school career. Just been such a spark, and it's been really interesting to see her develop in just 6 games so far. She's been getting more and more minutes, more and more comfortable. It's been we'll see what she can do in this one.
So we bring it up the floor as the point guard for the new Spartans unit. A change being made on the floor now is Vivian Gendi. And Gendi gets stolen in the paint. McCargo brings it down the floor. Her pass almost goes out of bounds. And now finds a teammate up top. The Spartans making a few substitutions in the early stages of the late stages of the quarter. As they bring it to the paint, ball gets loose, almost picked up by Palmieri. 3-point shot won't go. Rebound by Davis. Davis bringing it to the paint, kicks out to Palmieri. Offline, but the board to the Spartans. Tampa still yet to find a 3-point shot. Gendi, good move in the paint, gets the layup. And when you're 6'2" and the tallest player on the floor, you have to use the height to your advantage. And Gendi did just that.
Able to rise up and over on that inside pivot move.
Foul on the shot by Gendi. Good job to draw it by McCargo. She'll get 2 chances at the line. It's 16-9 for the Spartans, and a new player entering the game for the Lions. As actually, will we be getting a free throw? I think so. They just were in a huddle as the substitution was being made. And now they're taking their positions.
Yeah, it was a shooting foul on Jendi. Just a little bit too much contact on the shoulders.
McCargo's 0 for 2 from the field so far, has tried 2 layups. And won't get on the board with the first free throw. We'll have a second with 1:09 to go. A scoring drought finally comes to an end for the Lions. Their first point within the last 3 minutes.
First point that wasn't a three-pointer as well.
That's another crucial thing too. They've had success beyond the arc, but not anywhere else in the floor thanks to the Spartans' defense. Up top, Palmieri will slow it down. Was thinking about a three-pointer, thought better of it. Gets the screen from Jendi. Up top. And that's the first three-pointer for the Spartans. Marissa McDonald from long range makes it 19-10.
She may be listed as a center forward, but she can shoot the rock. She's had multiple big-time three-pointers, including a couple in their last time out against Southeastern Oklahoma.
Big tip by McDonald. Rodriguez bring it down the floor, keeps it herself, missed. McDonald almost gets the rebound. Yeah, so far McDonald has done a great job as the power forward alongside Jendi and Pillar when the other player is on the floor. And while she can't make the steal that time, she'll be ready to defend McCargo.
Great defense.
Good defense, better shot. McCargo with the mid-range look, and that'll end the first quarter. The Spartans lead by 7, but the Lions have kept this relatively close thanks to going 3 for 8 from beyond the arc. So a big start for the Spartans. We'll be back with more on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Doesn't look like either team making any changes for the second quarter. Taylor Storthy, Alex Trepper on the call, live at the Bob Martinez Center as we continue action for Thanksgiving week at the University of Tampa. Bringing it up the floor is Georgia Palmieri, kicked out wide to Rodriguez. The mid-range look won't go, rebound picked up by Samantha Jones. And now Georgian court brings it back down the floor. They've gone 3 for 8 from beyond the arc. Those have been the only shots they've really had so far in terms of making it and taking them. They've tried 6 two-point shots, 8 three-point shots, and have found more success from deep than at close range.
That's just a testament to how well the bigs of the Spartans have been.
Whew. Three-point look for Davis, and finally Tampa back on the board. They're 2 for 5 from three-point range.
And hopefully, maybe we'll get an example of it on this possession, but the bigs from Tampa have just been denying the paint from Georgian court. They're getting nothing easy inside between Jendi, McDonald, and Pillar. That's from the semicircle. I won't count that as the paint. They're still not giving up anything down there. Great shot though.
Markovic finds a shot from the free throw as Tampa brings it back over to Palmieri. Played over to McDonald out wide, Rodriguez. She's been kept relatively quiet so far. And another three-point shot by Davis. 6 points on the day for Davis after being scoreless in the first quarter. Tampa with the largest lead in the match at 11. But the 11 responds from Georgia court. McCargo on the board.
Yeah,
she gets her 5th points
in the game. A
little
too much celebrating there from the Spartans. Didn't get set up defensively in time. Led to a good look there for the Lions.
And now it's Palmieri on the ball. Plays it over to McDonald. Georgian court seemingly playing his own.
Heat check.
The heat check successful.
Heat check.
Davis is red hot as that'll force a Lions timeout. Tampa leads 28-16. And we'll take a quick breather. We'll continue from the Bob Martinez Center. 12-point Spartans lead.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams, discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
So Alex, we've been talking about that heat check from Olivia Davis, and the temperature is all the way maxed on the thermometer. 3 straight 3-pointers. I mean, that propels Tampa to a 28-16 lead.
After you bang one from each wing and you come off a screen that cleanly, you have to just shoot it wherever you get it.
Davis with a defensive stop too, getting the steal, and it's a layup at the other end by Marissa McDonald. Tampa up to 30 points. And they're now building a lot of momentum on offense as the 3-point look is no good from the Lions. Just missed by the 25 of Alexi Hoy. But McDonald on the fast break. Layup won't go. Jendi can't get the board, and it'll go the other way. As Jendi will take the breather, and Pillar is back on the floor for the Spartans.
Yeah, a 14-point lead in a blink of an eye for the Spartans here in the second one.
So they've been able to really heat up on offense. They've already found 11 points in the quarter. Georgian court trying to cut into the deficit. Tampa seemingly employing a 2-3 zone. It has been working. They've been flexible though. 3-point shot, good. Nice look by Hoy after missing the previous one. And that'll be a timeout for Tampa to talk things over. Although it was a mid-range look, it's only 30-18, but we'll stick around as we just had the timeout. No reason to cut to break once more, but so far both teams going back and forth. Tampa, 4 out of their last 5 shots made. Davis, McDonald, and Pillar leading the way for scoring. Pillar had a breather in the latter stages of the first quarter, but has been the most effective in the paint so far. It felt like at the start of the quarter, Tampa could just pass the ball to Pillar and it would just be easy money.
Yeah, and it's now turned into the Olivia Davis quarter. So just goes to show the depth of this Spartan side. They can go to one person for multiple minutes and they can dominate, then go to the next for a couple minutes and they can dominate. It's a very scary team to go against.
And it's not just because of the players, it's because of the ranking. Tampa 8th in the nation in the most recent polls from the WBCA. I know we were 4 in some of the polls, although one early loss in the season against an unranked side definitely did not help the rankings. We still are the best team in the Sunshine State Conference and one of the best teams in the South region. Palmieri won't go. Good layup attempt. Not afraid to drive to the basket. A great quality to have. Georgian court outside for 3, offline. Some teams live and die by the 3-pointer. That looks to be the MO for the Lions. But so far today, the reason they've kept it this close is because of the 3-pointer. Kicked ball off the missed pass by Kath Van Bennekom. That was kind of an awkward play. Tried to find a bounce pass to Pillar, but Honestly, probably should have just did a little lob pass to Pillar, because Pillar could have jumped, picked it up, and made the layup.
Yeah, and that's part of the characteristic of Benecom, a very unselfish player, very much a team-first player. Will always give up her shot for that. Even if it might be a little better in her mind, she'll give up her shot for her teammates.
Rodriguez back on the board with a rebound, or with a layup. She gets her first points of the game. She's been helping with 3 boards so far, leading the way for the Spartans. The Lions trying to find something, but nothing is open in the paint. They'll have to go from beyond the arc again. Bring it inside. Pillar with the pressure, but a nice layup by Smedley. And once again, now the Lions putting some pressure, but they're exclusively putting it on Davis, and I cannot blame them for doing so. Wesper trying to cover Davis to not let her stay hot from beyond the arc.
Complete deny. That is complete deny defense right there.
Wonder if Davis would get an off-ball screen. There's one set for Palmieri. Ball gets to Pillar. Pillar from deep. Won't go. Rebound picked up by Hoy. Played out wide, and oof. A little collision by Davis and Wesper. Wesper's all right. It'll be a foul on Davis, and an inbound play coming up for the Lions, 32-20, with 5:10 to go in the half. Tampa's coming off their best performance on offense this season, scoring 84 points against Southeastern Oklahoma. As a team, though, Tampa have averaged around 65, with a 65-point win over Seattle Pacific, 70 over St. Edwards, 66 over Simon Fraser, and then a home defeat, 65-58 against Clark Atlanta. So a team that's a little more defensive-oriented throughout the season, but still has some good performances on offense. Now the Lions bring on a fresh player, Tyra Lovelock, back into the game, the 5'7" junior. The inbound will be taken by Niall McCargo. She is 5 points, a rebound, 2 for 4 from the field. Looking for a mid-range look, no, brings it inside. She's been challenging Pillar, won't win the battle this time as Rodriguez gets the rebound.
Great defense again.
Pass to the paint, Pillar picks it up with the easy layup.
The awareness to feel that backside trailer to try to come and pick her pocket on the baseline and immediately grab it and put it up where no one else could get her. Just shows you the experience of Pillar.
That's a turnover on the Lions immediately after the layup. Pillar on the board with the 12th point of the game. Dominance in the paint so far, as checking back in is Audrey Ramsey.
Apparently, when the ref passed the ball, I don't know who was over there for the Lions, but the inbounder for the Lions, when she got the ball, she took a dribble.
That is an unfortunate mistake to make. I'll give the Spartans a chance to extend their advantage out to Ramsey. Smart move with Davis being smothered on defense by a great coverage from Wesper. They want to try to get a different player on the floor to try to get some more open opportunities. That three-pointer from Benecom won't go, 34-20. But still, when Davis is back onto the floor, there will be a player for the Lions to fear once again.
I mean, you pretty much with the Spartan teams have to play deny defense on all 5.
That is very tough to do. Mid-range look, won't go. Big rebound by Ramsey, and it'll go the other way. Ramsey up top to Rodriguez. Gets the screen from Pillar. Back to Rodriguez from Palmieri. Ramsey plays inside. Rodriguez, mid-range look, got it. And a nice job to back down against her opponent and then fade away for a nice 2-pointer. 3-pointer won't go from McCargo. Rebound to the Lions.
Great hustle there by Lovelock.
Looking for a pass, we'll have to pass it back outside to McCargo. Cuts to the paint, fouled on the shot by Benecom. Benecom just got a little too close on the block attempt, and there will be 2 free throws coming up for the guard. Georgian court on a 2-minute scoring drought. This will be what they need to try to get back on the board. In terms of scoring in this quarter, they have been held to just 8 points. They've got 3 minutes to play in the half. They're shooting 36% from the field, and while it hasn't felt like Tampa's been perfect on offense, they're actually shooting 60%, 15 for 25.
Yeah, and it's definitely heated up as the game has gone on. Curious to see if they can hit that 65-70% mark by the halftime like they did against Southeast Oklahoma.
Free throw offline from McCargo. She'll get a second chance. She went 1 for 2 last time after missing the first free throw. It's the lone free throws Georgian Court has had so far. But this time she goes 0 for 2 from the charity stripe. Still 36-20. Palmieri, one-on-one against Destiny Wallace. Wallace with her first minutes of the game. Missed by Pillar, gets the board. 2 rebounds in a row by Pillar. And she'll send it over to Bennicombe, who sends it back up top to Ramsey. But Pillar, with tenacity in the paint, even though she missed both layup attempts, she keeps the Spartans in possession. Third time is not the charm for Tampa. Lions quickly to McCargo. Won't go. Rebound by Davis, who's back on the floor. I think Jesse just took her out to give her a couple of words of advice before re-entering the game. It's now Samantha Jones defending her. Bennicombe thinks better of the three-point shot. Palmieri inside to Pillar. And there won't be the shot on the play. The reach-in foul will keep the Spartans on the ball. Actually, will there be a shot on the play?
No, yeah, it's on the floor.
Yes, so Pillar will get 2 chances at the line. Or not, no. Pillar was setting up at the free throw line, but that's just positioning for the inbound play. That's going to be taken by Palmieri. Van Bennicombe. Player fell over in the paint on the initial movement, and Pillar says, hey, no one's guarding me, might as well get the ball. She now has 14 on the game.
It was funny, she went down to help the Georgian Court player and then realized, wait, I'm by myself in the paint, let me turn around and get the ball first.
Wonder if Pillar thought the whistle had gone on the play as well, because maybe she was worried she committed a foul knocking the player over.
Maybe, but I mean, it was incidental contact. They both just kind of bumped into each other. Nothing really wrong doing there. Good move.
Yeah, great move after faking the shot. Won't convert it, though. Rebound picked up by Ramsey. Tampa spreading the love in terms of rebounding today. And it is stripped by Wallace. Nice move on defense to take it up. Yeah.
Bennicombe got triple teamed there.
And when she tried to turn away from the other defenders, it gave Wallace enough room to take the ball. And now down the floor, it is Markovic with the layup.
How did she get that pass through there?
Good stuff from the Lions. They still trail by 16 leading into halftime. They've got 90 seconds to change their fortunes. Pillar almost makes the layup. Good coverage, though, by Markovic. And Markovic looks to be the only player on the Georgian Court side who's a good physical matchup one-on-one against Pillar.
Yeah, she's done a great job being very active with her feet, not getting caught watching the game, always making sure she's got her hip on Pillar's hip.
Georgian Court trying to find a better matchup inside. Shot won't go. Good defense by Bennicombe. 54 seconds to go. 25 seconds on the shot clock as it's out to Palmieri. Played inside to Bennicombe. Absolutely smothered and fouled on the play. We'll get 2 chances at the line. Smedley with the most obvious foul of the game from behind. Well defended by the Lions, but Bennicombe gets 2 chances to extend her point total from 0 to 2. She had 1 shot. That was the missed three-pointer. As mentioned, very unselfish player. She also has a rebound and assist so far. And her first free throw is good. Jendi on the floor for Pillar. And we also see McDonald ready to re-enter the game. I assume for Bennicombe, as she hasn't entered yet. The Lions with 40 seconds to play in the half. We'll say surprised to see McDonald for a final substitution, given that we only have about 2 possessions remaining in the first half of play in the second quarter. As there is a foul on the Lions, point or possession goes back to the Spartans.
And that'll let McDonald enter the game. You jinxed her in a good way. Now she gets to play.
A positive commentator's curse. Tampa will have one more possession. 30.4 seconds on the game clock, 30 seconds on the shot clock.
They'll take this the whole way down.
Might as well, unless you find a quick basket. Palmieri with an active defender of Wallace, who's already had the steal earlier. Palmieri looking for some help. I think she's trying to tell her offense to get moving, get a teammate open. They'll find Davis open for three. Won't go. Rebound won't go to the Spartans either. 2 seconds left. No chance for a buzzer beater. Good defense from Wallace will make that a missed three-point shot. And it's 39-22 to conclude the first half of play from the Bob Martinez Center. Honestly, it's a little closer than the scoreboard would suggest. Tampa just extremely efficient in the paint, and their defense has forced the Lions to live from the three-point range. And ever since they started 2 for 2, they are 1 for 11 since. So that is bad luck for the Lions, as we've got a 15-minute breather until we come back.
Yeah, I was just about to say, it may be a 17-point lead, but it does not feel that way. The tenacity, the intensity of both sides on the defensive end of their floors, very much right in there with each other.
It certainly is. We'll be right back here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Don't go anywhere. And we're back at the Bob Martinez Center, second half ready to begin. We'll start with an inbound by Niall McCargo. So far today, McCargo is the leading scorer for Georgian court with 5 points. Had 15 last time out, and definitely one of the top players on offense for the Lions side. And we'll start a brand new half with that inbound play. The Lions trying to open some space. There hasn't been a lot of room to try to make shots inside the paint so far. And there's a travel, or no, wait. Yes, it is a travel. It looked like they were pointing for a foul in the Spartans for a second.
It was a block on blue 11. So it was actually an off-ball foul. Even worse than a travel, in my opinion.
It's unfortunate for the Lions as the Spartans start with a pass to the paint. An off-ball foul again, this time Smedley getting in the way of Pillar to give the Spartans an inbound from under the basket.
Very rare in women's basketball, you see 2 early fouls in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, so already 2 fouls for the quarter. Pillar draws the foul and one, or no, did she double dribble?
No, they call
Actually,
she extended the arm on her defender when she did her power drive on the baseline. I didn't see it, but the ref, obviously with the better view and the more important view, as I don't get to make the call.
Well, you know what they say, Alex, you can't argue with City Hall. So if the referees say the Pillar pushed off the defender, looks like she did. Now Tampa just have to play stronger defense here after 3 early fouls start out the new quarter and half of play. That 3 won't go. Picked up on a rebound by McDonald. Gets the ball away from 2 defenders and takes it down the floor herself. Out to Rodriguez, cuts to the paint. Nice layup by Rodriguez. Had a slight mismatch in terms of height and took advantage of it.
Excellent use of the trailer there by McDonald. She had a defender coming up on her, didn't want to force a pass. Rodriguez able to make a play.
Rebound picked up by Rodriguez, and here come the Spartans headed down the floor. 8 minutes left remaining in the third quarter. Tampa scored the first point of the new period of play, jumped from 39-22 to 41-22. Tampa looking to get win number 5 this season. As the Lions send it out wide, maybe for another 3, no. Shot from mid-range, that's good. Smedley on the board. Off the assist by Lesper, who's played great on-ball defense, and she'll be tasked with trying to keep the number 3 from getting the ball after Davis had those 3 back-to-back 3-pointers in the second quarter earlier. Tampa with a quick layup, 43-24.
Again, the clear size advantage for the Spartans, putting it right to use.
Timeout by the Lions. They want to talk things over. This is a good time to mention the Spartan season so far, but mainly the game you were able to attend at the start of the year. They're friendly on the road against the Florida State Seminoles, a D1 team. Now, unsurprisingly, Tampa did lose the game. D1, D2 is a very hard deficit to overcome, especially in the sport of basketball. But it was a good day for the Spartans overall.
Yeah, and like you said, not just a D1 program, a preseason ranked number 19th and currently a top 15 D1 program in collegiate women's basketball in the Florida State Seminoles. In that game, a 8-0 run at the end of the first quarter actually made it a single-digit lead for the Seminoles over the Spartans. Now, as the game progressed, the strength and experience of the Seminoles were able to take over and bounce it out to what ended up being a 30-point win. But what you did see from the Spartans was not backing down to the bigger opponent, and also able to put up 70 points on a team that is currently holding their D1 opponents to less than 60, to my knowledge. And then to go from that and shoot out west to Canada, which is a completely different experience than anything that they could have even imagined at the beginning of just a regular collegiate basketball experience, but you're traveling to the complete opposite side of this continent to play basketball games, to stay perfect out there and play great basketball.
It certainly takes a lot of resilience to be traveling like that, but it's also great experience for the Spartans leading into D2 play, and it's a reason they have remained strong in 5 of the 6 games they've played so far. 1 defeat against Clark Atlanta, but 4 early victories, and they look set to make it 5 in a row if they can hold on to what is a 17-point lead.
And
bad news for Pillar, had the shot made, but it won't go as there was a foul earlier.
And looking forward, being able to, get off a plane, a 6-hour plane ride, and then go play 3 basketball games, that's what you have to do in March Madness. At the end of the season, you have to fly to the Elite Eight, you have to fly to the Final Four, you have to play games in different environments. So very, very good experience, like you mentioned.
Up top to Ramsey, who's back on the floor. Gets a screen from Pillar. Mid-range look, won't go. Pillar out of reach as well. Good box out by Destiny Wallace, who has been very strong on the defensive end so far for the Lions. That pass gets away, but is picked up by Wallace at the right place at the right time and responds with the layup, 43-28. I should mention, if Tampa are able to make it to the Elite Eight, they would be on the road in Pittsburgh, where the national championships are being held this year, starting on March 24th. The South Region is held in the South Region and could potentially be played at the Bob Martinez Center. That, however, depends on how good the Spartans are in the regular season. It'll be Rodriguez on the inbound, ball back with the Spartans. And she'll send it down floor to Pillar, to the paint. Davis blocked, but fouled on the play. Wesper not giving any room to Davis for the shot, and Davis will get 2 chances at the line. I mean, this looks like the defense that UConn was putting on Caitlin Clark last year, or 2 years ago, actually, technically. Actually, no, it was last year because WNBA plays in the summer, so it was back-to-back seasons for Caitlin Clark. But when she was at Iowa in the tournament, in their, I believe it was the national semifinal, in the Final Four, they were trying to keep Clark completely covered, and that's what Georgian Court has been doing with Wesper on Olivia Davis.
And it's worked out for them since they went to that deny defense. Don't believe she's had a 3-point make since she started 3 for 3 with those 9 straight points.
There have been 2 more chances from Davis, hasn't made any, but she's up to 11 points in the game with the 2 free throws. 5 points behind Pillar for the team lead. There are games where Pillar is going to lead on offense, or the team will. But today it's the 44 leading the way. She won't get the ball in the paint, but it's tipped out by the Lions, so the Spartans maintain possession.
Another steal by Rodriguez there. Once again, the active hands getting in the passing lane, something she's been doing all season long.
That is the 5th steal of the game for the Spartans. Conversely, the Lions also have 3. From 3, it's Ramsey. Won't go, but a foul on the rebounding opportunity. It'll stay with Tampa as it was by one of the Lions players. Or not. No, wait, it is. And Tampa's in the bonus, so it'll be a 1-and-1 for Pillar. The reason you can tell that they're in the bonus is because Georgian Court are lining some players up at the...
So it's going to be a technical foul. It's not the technical foul, not the fully extreme technical foul, but it's the contact to the head technical foul that they've introduced in the past couple of years. So in what would be a normal off-ball foul for a push, if you push in the head and it's egregious enough according to the referee, they will call a technical foul. That player will shoot 2, and then that player's team will get the ball. So that's what just happened there. It was waiting for the refs to make a call, a little bit of a talk they wanted to have beforehand.
Yeah, because I saw the Georgian Court players lining up, and obviously for technical foul, there's no one at the free throw line apart from the shooter, in that case Pillar. Pass intercepted. Pillar knocks it free to win it right back. Pillar fighting for the ball, possession arrow. It'll stay with the Spartans. They call it a dead ball. Tampa wanted to take a timeout. Good news for the Spartans, even though they didn't get the timeout off, they do get the timeout off.
They did. I was waiting. They did get it off. Pillar did shoot. That is technically a dribble that she took when she was trying to gain full possession because she made a basketball move and spinning inside.
So that'll be good news for the Spartans, and obviously this isn't a serious timeout to talk things over. This is more so, we were about to lose the ball and we want to keep the possession arrow on our side type of timeout. And for Coach Tom Jesse, it's been a good start to the third quarter. Tampa almost at a 20-point lead early on. Pillar remaining strong with 17 points, made one of the 2 technical free throws. As we continue from the Bob Martinez Center. Tampa has the Thanksgiving Classic on Friday and Saturday. They'll be taking on Concord and Mary. Concord face off against the Spartans on Friday, Mary on Saturday. Those will be here at the Bob Martinez Center on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. If you're a student on campus, we'd love to see you here at the Bob Martinez Center or just tuning in on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. And of course, all year long, we hope to see even more fans in attendance to watch Spartans basketball. We've got 2 entertaining teams, 2 potentially ranked teams as well. Tampa, 8th in the nation. Men's team receiving votes. Pillar on the inbound. Brings it over to Rodriguez. Good screen, a roll to the paint. Mid-range shot, nice fadeaway. That's the type of mid-range you sometimes see from Kobe. Also shares the 24 that Rodriguez wears. Rodriguez now has 8 in the ballgame. Wallace looking for the mid-range, won't go. And a travel as she took a little extra step trying to look for her teammate on the pass.
Just couldn't hold that pivot foot.
Unfortunate turnover for Wallace, but I argue that off the bench, she's been the most impactful player for the Lions today. In terms of the starters, the most impactful player I'd say would be Wesper. To the paint for Pillar with the defender on, gets the rebound, put back, got it. So Pillar to 5 rebounds and 19 points in the game. Wallace thinks better of the 3-point shot, makes the pass out to the corner. Out to the Samantha Jones. Jones back up top. The Lions playing it inside. Pillar, good defense, but just enough room for Anaya Martin, the freshman, to get the layup.
That's multiple times this game where Pillar's had outstanding defense on the block down low and just a better offensive play.
Ball goes out of bounds. It stays with the Spartans, was last touched by Martin as the pass was misplayed from Tampa. They've got 20 seconds to work with on the shot clock as they'll begin a brand new possession.
And it may be a 20-point game, but this Georgian court side, they are not out of this one yet. The bench is energetic. They are still diving on the floor, making plays. They are not folding early.
This is certainly their strongest performance of the season, but I wonder if Tampa will have that electric fourth quarter defensive run that they had last time against Southeast Oklahoma. Layup, 2 shots coming up for Ramsey as she's fouled on the play.
Ramsey still looking for her first points of the game, but even though it'll change here, I assume, with some free throws. But even though a current 0 on the stat sheet, she's been all over the place, been making plays. If there was a second assist in basketball, like there was hockey or
soccer,
she'd have a couple of those. But even with a 0, the experience just out there for Tom Jesse, you can't take that off the court.
Yeah, last time out, Ramsey 15, 6, and 9, 15 points, 6 boards, and 9 assists. Today, still has a 0 on the field and will continue to stay at 0 after missing both free throws. But she does have 3 rebounds and 3 assists in a low-scoring Spartans game. They still hold on to a lead, and of course, Ramsey with big defensive stops too. Costly turnover by the Lions. Tampa get an inbound with 4:38 to go in the quarter. It'll be Rodriguez sending it to the paint. Chendi on the floor, and we'll get the layup. Chendi utilizing her height as the Lions bring it down. Up top, out to Wallace. And just loses the dribble. Holds on to the ball, out to the corner. Good recovery by Wallace after a costly error. Although, the cost ultimately turned out to be free as the Lions
That's one
are back in front. Another steal by Wallace.
Wow.
Brings it down, passed out wide, and that's going to be a missed pass that rolls off of Davis, so it'll stay with the Lions. 4 for 4 from the field in their last 4 chances by the Lions as Ramsey exits the game for now. 4:01 to go in the quarter. Out to the right-hand side, screen. Layup missed, good defense by Gendy on the shot by Westbrook. And now bringing it down the floor, it is Rodriguez. Out to McDonald. Donald, 2 defenders on her, draws the foul, and will get to the line.
McDonald there just putting her head down, taking it, knowing she had about a foot on her defender, wanting to just take it to the rack, knowing if she doesn't make it, she could probably draw a foul, and did so.
That is just what you need to do on a play like that. McDonald, 9 points in the game, 4 assists and 3 rebounds. Tampa's currently out rebounding Georgian Court 23-14. And first 3 throws good. Tampa lead by 20. No one's in real potential coverage for a double-double so far.
Pillar's been sharing the rebounds tonight.
Now played over the left-hand side. Looking for a mid-range shot. Ball's knocked loose. Good coverage on the shot. Gendy with the rebound. Palmieri out to Rodriguez as they bring it up the floor. Palmieri was open on a run to the paint. Rodriguez didn't see it. We'll play it back out tomorrow to McDonald. Now inside to Gendy, has a very nice height mismatch. Out to Palmieri. McDonald. Tampa slowing it down. Palmieri for 3. Won't go. Rebound picked up by Stanescu.
Good defense there from the Lions. Nothing really easy.
Yeah, they missed the pass to the paint for Palmieri, and that allowed the Lions to play strong defense. Knocked out a play, good defense by Davis, but it'll stay with the Lions with 2 fresh players onto the floor. 2:49 to go in the quarter. Tampa still with a comfortable lead. Georgian Court are staying in Florida. They'll have more games of the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network as they travel to Palm Beach and Nova for Friday and Saturday, playing at noon and at 2 p.m. The New Jersey team, and yes, they are from New Jersey even though they're named Georgian Court, they're going to be staying in warm Florida as they continue Thanksgiving weekend down here. Kind of funny to say weekend as it's only Tuesday, but warm weather in Florida compared to the rest of the nation. Everywhere else in the States is a cold front at the moment, but Florida's still at 80 degrees.
Yeah, and it was cold the late last week, over the weekend a little bit. We got our first little taste of winter, if you can even call that winter in Florida. But always good to see these northern teams, the 2 teams that Tampa plays this coming weekend on the 29th and 30th are also from up north. You know, they get a break from the cold, come down and play some good basketball. Also a chance to play teams out of your region, you know, teams you don't normally get a chance to play against. It makes for cool experiences both for the teams traveling and for Tampa, again, to play some teams from states you normally don't get to play against.
Palmieri out wide to Rodriguez. Rodriguez slowing it down, still looking for someone. Out to Palmieri from the corner. Excellent cut to the basket and a nice layup by the Italian.
That quick little hesitation to get to the bucket.
Now the number, boom, mid-range shot. Nice look by Smedley. She gets points number 8 in the game. Palmieri in the previous possession got on the board for the first time today on 4 tries.
In Georgian Court, they may not have had a bunch of fans travel with them, but there's 3 behind us that have been loud and energetic all night long. I just want to give them a shout out. They're very into it here, able to travel down with the team. Always love to see that.
Out of bounds, Tampa keeps possession. It was knocked free from Gendy. There wasn't a foul on the shot attempt, but they say they got a piece of it. So Gendy up top to Rodriguez. Won't go. Picked up by McDonald on the board. 3 defenders against her in the paint. Her shot won't go either. Tampa's been cold from beyond the arc. 4 for 12 in the game. The Lions 4 for 17. Double dribble, actually a travel by Smedley, and that's a turnover for the Spartans. There have been 11 turnovers for the Lions, 9 turnovers for Tampa. Both teams haven't been the most efficient, but Tampa with a better shooting percentage at 51 in the game. Rodriguez out of the game for now. It'll be Brooklyn Butler on the floor.
Good to see the freshman getting in.
Butler, a freshman from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Butler looking for a teammate. It's Palmieri up top. For three. Offline, off the rim. But Butler gets the rebound as it goes right next to him. Tampa get 20 more seconds to find a basket. Davis passes it out over to Butler. Her pass not seen by McDonald. Second time that's happened today. Lions get the ball.
Well, if you're going to turn over the ball, let it happen after you steal the ball. Don't want to say they offset, but they kind of do.
So the Lions bring it down the floor. Smedley, who's had a solid performance on offense so far, looking for some room. She leads the Lions with 8 points. Out to the corner, back up top. Not enough room for the three-point shot. And they're going to call the foul on Davis. Good foul draw on the play by Alexi Hoy. Did go to the ground, I believe, on, I don't know if you could call it a flop, but there wasn't enough contact for the foul.
Yeah, I'll give them that one. That Olivia Davis did kind of cut her off a little bit, but just a good hard basketball play.
So out to the corner. The Lions bring it close to the paint. Shendy, good contest, will force the miss and get the board. 25 seconds to go. Only the game clock on the board. And Tampa will likely run it down until the fourth quarter, with a chance to go up by 20 to enter the final 10 minutes. Butler out to Palmieri. Palmieri out to Davis for three. Got it! The heat check heating up once more.
And that was with triple coverage. That was off three. She had 3 blue jerseys jumping at her as they set a perfect double screen. She split the middle, was able to get just enough separation and space to get that one off. Great play design from the coaching staff from the Tampa Spartans, but even better execution by Davis, especially with 3 hands in her face.
That's the type of play they need Davis to get open on, and she did just that. 58-37, 10 minutes to go when we come back on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Inbound play from the Spartans beginning the brand new quarter. 10 minutes to go in the game. Taylor Sorley, Alex Trepper on the call. Tampa and Georgian court beginning Thanksgiving week of women's basketball. Butler got it. And Tampa getting hot from beyond the arc. They made their last 2 3-pointers. And I wonder if that'll help them extend the advantage in the final period of play.
Brooklyn Butler's first career collegiate 3.
The bench excited to celebrate the bucket. They were standing and cheering. First of many, hopefully, for Butler, as there's a foul on the play to give the Lions an inbound and 20 seconds on the shot clock. Tampa now are 6 for 15 from beyond the arc after a slow start. if they continue like that, they'll be able to secure the W today and improve to 5-1 on the season. It'll be hard for them to concede enough points to lose the game, but it's not impossible if the Lions can get going from deep as well. Poked free by Jendi, but it's kept alive by Smedley. Rolls to the paint. Shot at an awkward angle. Good defense on Lovelock.
Look at the speed.
Yeah, Palmieri to Davis. Nice idea on the layup and draws the foul to get 2 chances at the free throw line.
And she can just grab that ball and immediately hit her top speed. It does not take Georgia Palmieri many strides to get going. That's impressive quickness.
Yeah, Palmieri already proving to be a very effective 6th player for the Spartans. You know, Tampa's got a pretty strong guard unit out there. Palmieri, Davis, and Ramsey all together. And the benefit is you've got Davis as a sophomore, Palmieri as a freshman. Those are 2 long-term Spartan players for this offense, especially because Ramsey's a graduate. This will be her final season with the Spartans.
Well, not just Ramsey, you have the entire starting lineup from today's game that
Except Davis.
Except Davis, who will not be in a Spartan jersey next year. So as another freshman prepares to come on for the Spartans, who could be a big part of the future here at Tampa basketball, they are definitely trying to identify who's going to be those couple of players next season that can come up big for us and step into those roles like Olivia Davis has done this year, stepping into a new role.
So now it'll be 2 free throws at the line for Davis. Was previously at Cardinal Mooney Catholic High School and gets it. 63-37. Davis now up to 16 points in the game, leading the way for the Spartans. 3 rebounds as well alongside her points.
Cam Patterson checks in, freshman out of Orlando, Florida. Teammates call her simply a hooper.
For 3, offline by Hoy. And here come the Spartans down the floor, a 3-on-1, out to Butler for 3. Won't go, just off the rim. But that was another good look for Butler, trying to get her 2nd collegiate 3-pointer. Hoy on the ball will pass it over to Markovic, who sends it over again. Good ball movement back to Hoy. Fakes the step forward, misses the 3-point shot. Easy rebound for Davis. That's the 30th of the game for the Spartans. They've out-rebounded Georgian Court 30-18. That's going to be played over to Jendi, passed outside. And that'll be a blocking foul to get a new inbound. Good job by Patterson to draw it. I think 3rd foul of the quarter for Georgian Court, as it's passed over to Jendi. Driving to the paint on the mismatch, gets the layup. And Jendi quietly with 6 points and 3 boards. Not a bad performance for the 22. Hasn't been super active in shooting the ball, but when she's got the open space, she has taken it. Now play to the corner for 3. Won't go. Rebound picked up by Patterson. And we'll play it out wide to Palmieri. Palmieri bringing it down the floor. Played inside to Jendi. Likes the one-on-one matchup with Markovic, but misses the layup. Her first miss of the game. It's still 65-37. Tampa 2 points away from a 30-point lead. Would be the first time they extended that large of a lead in the game. Hoy looking for a 3-point look. Butler on her. Palmieri really doing a good job of covering the cut to the basket. And that is going to be picked up by Butler, and the attacker ran into her, so no foul on the play. In the paint, Jendi's all alone, but gets stripped before she has a chance to make the shot. Unfortunate. If the ball was at Jendi a second earlier, I mean, that would be 2 free points for the Spartans. 6 minutes, well, actually under 7 minutes to go in the game. Patterson, good defense in the on the run to the basket, but a good job to draw the foul by Maria Stanescu. She has 3 points in the game, is 1 for 3 from deep, and will get 2 chances at the charity stripe. Hoy exits the game for now. They bring the number 12 of Julia Wesper back onto the floor. Thank you for joining us on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Yesterday, Tampa's men's basketball team almost had a career best, 130 points, but they only ended with 127, 1 point away from breaking the record held by DeCarlo DeVos 1991 and 1992 Spartan sides. As the rebounds picked up by Patterson, a 2-on-2 break, well, 2-on-3 for Palmieri and Davis. Butler for three. Won't go. Gendy on the board. Now to Butler, no. Just missed her pass on her run to the paint. It's now a 4-on-3 break. Good pass out to the corner. Passed up top. Not enough room for the shot. Gendy with good defensive coverage in the paint. That shot won't go, and they do call a late foul on Davis. Emphasis on late. It looked like she defended that cleanly, but...
Yeah, the ball had already touched the floor coming down, but when the feet aren't set, the feet aren't set.
That will see the local player, Jade Thompson, the freshman from Tampa, enter the game.
Yep,
She'll get a chance here in the 6 minutes remaining, and potentially for all 6 minutes or just for a few of that time, but good to see Thompson on the floor.
Yep, local product out of Seffner Christian High School, just about 20 minutes south of the University of Tampa. Just hop on I-4, hope there isn't a crash, and you'll be there in no time.
That is a big emphasis. The highway always with some traffic. I always have to leave an hour earlier than expected for these midweek games, try to get to campus on time. Always easier to cover an afternoon game like this as a student. Shout out to all our student workers who've stayed at Tampa throughout Thanksgiving break. Hasn't actually been too many of them, but when they come back, they always help us out when we're covering big events. Good drive to the paint by Patterson. Shot won't go. Gendy won't get the rebound as she knocks it out of bounds, and it's going to go back to the Lions. 26 points, Spartans lead. Georgian court brings it down the floor. Wallace. Markovich tipped away by Butler.
There by Butler.
Big steal by Palmieri. Read that pass like a book and makes the layup on the other end. What a play by Palmieri.
Flashes of greatness out of the freshman.
Good defense by Gendy, but a foul on the play. Gets 2 shots for Markovich. You definitely feel that the Markovich-Gendy matchup has been a mismatch in favor of Gendy pretty heavily. But Markovich will get a chance at the line. She is 2 for 3 from the field. Markovich makes the first one. 40 points on the game now for the Lions. And the second point is good as well.
Interesting to see these final 5 minutes with this core of freshmen here, as you just saw there. Great play off the quick outlet across the half-court line.
Good look there from the Spartans' second team, as you mentioned. Gendy, good defense of the paint, and one by Destiny Wallace. Big layup down the middle. Wallace has been on fire in the game, as we'll also see a brand new player onto the floor too. Bella Steidel, the senior from Loyola, in the game. She'll replace Palmieri. Palmieri taking a breather after solid performance. 3 assists, 3 rebounds, 4 points. Kind of surprising. Feels like she's been stronger than 4 points with her action on the floor, as Wallace makes the free throw, and the Lions ready for a full court press once again. It's played back now to Thompson, bringing it up the left-hand side. Good screen by Butler. Mid-range look, Thompson won't go. Had some space, decided to take it. 25-point Spartan lead. Up top, out to the left-hand side. from the corner, cutting to the basket. Patterson, good coverage. Genty on the rebound. 3 Spartan players running down the floor. Not enough time to capitalize on the break. Tampa can slow things down.
And I think if you're Tampa, you want to slow things down. You want to run the offense. You want to get, not only for the players to show the coaches that you know the offense, but you want to get more comfortable in it. You never know with injuries and all the sorts of other unknowns that come in a college season. You always got to be ready to step up and play like you're a starter.
Good poke by Steidel. Couldn't win the ball, though. Now looking for some room in the paint. Foul and one. Nice shot by Julio Esper. It looked like Thompson was about to knock the ball out, but Esper just pivoted it to her offhand and was able to get enough room for the easy layup. That'll be a media timeout here with 3:52 to go, as Tampa's lead could get cut down to 24 points. We'll be right back. An and one free throw at the line for Julio Esper. The freshman from Howell, New Jersey, has had a very solid performance today. And her first, and the free throw is good. Esper is now at 9 points in the game. She's also had 2 rebounds and 3 assists. She's also been playing extremely strong defense when she's been tasked with guarding Olivia Davis. But it's a lineup of second and third string players on the floor for the Spartans. Jade Thompson, Bella Steidel, Cameron Peterson. We also see Melania Stevenson on the floor. As that'll be a charging foul, it'll go the other way. Melania. I actually got the pronunciation right there. I was double checking. 71-47, Tampa leads by 24.
And probably for those Tampa fans that are new to women's basketball this year, don't know much about this program, you have 3 players on the court right now who grew up within 100 miles of campus. So for anyone trying to find any sort of reason to get even more invested in that team, this is your future. It's recruiting closer to home. Coach Jesse wanting to put more of an emphasis on high school and local product. Something to come this year in the ever-changing landscape of college basketball.
That is a good way to put it. I mean, college sports as a whole have been changing across the board. Nice layup that time by Patterson. Gets on the board. Nice look, and that'll be, I think, her second point of her career.
Yep.
Actually, should be her fourth, or second basket of her career at
yes,
least.
I knew what you meant.
Travel, so the Lions won't get the foul on the missed shot. 2:49 to go. But always good to see the first few points for these Spartan youngsters. The underclassmen getting love from their teammates. 73-47. And this unit still doing a good job on the floor for the Spartans. Gendy on the game as well. She does have to be worried. 5 fouls on the game. 1 more and her night will end early. That being said, it's not a close enough game where losing Gendy would be the end of the world for the Spartans. It will be a comfortable 5th win of the year for Tampa, not counting their friendlies against Florida State and in Canada. As there's a nice floater by Melania Stevenson, the freshman from St. Cloud, Florida, on the board. She also gets her second career basket. Out to the corner. Hoy looking for some space, cuts to the rim, won't go. Good defense from 2 Spartan players. Gendy with the rebound, and we'll send it out wide to Thompson.
Always a good thing when you can get freshmen their first college basket out of the way, give them some time. This past 5 minutes, I've been very impressed. They're running the offense with very, very good cuts and pristine passing. It's been fun to watch.
Out to the corner, play to the paint. Jendi out up top. Thompson won't go. Rebound almost picked up, but a good job by Bella Steidel to draw the foul on the play. Drew the over and back. It'll stay with the Spartans. Inbound coming up for Jade Thompson, who just missed the three-point shot. She plays it into Jendi. Mid-range look, no. Cameron Patterson thought better of it. Finds Steidel out wide. Steidel, the oldest player on the floor, a senior. And that is a foul on the 25. Hoy moving too aggressively around the screen. The 5th foul of the quarter for the Lions. Both teams close to the bonus, but I don't think they'll be trying to get the bonus with 1 minute 24 remaining.
Here's that same inbound play where they leave Jendi wide open underneath. That is beautifully drawn up by Tom Jesse. It isolates your tallest player against a mismatch down low. Just excellent coaching.
And a little bit of miscommunication from the Lions helped to that bucket for Jendi. She now has 12 in the game. Kicked ball violation by Stevenson, trying to reach for it. It'll be an inbound play coming up for the Lions. 1:03 to go. Tampa leads by 30. Georgian Court 3 points away from their first 50-point game this season. Layup won't go. Jendi now will hold on to it. They had a chance with Thompson running down the floor, but they elect to not go for the fast break as they look to drain the final minute off the clock. Of course, they can get some points in the meantime. Thompson gets the screen. Out wide, Steidel won't go off the rim. And Tampa's gone a little cold from beyond the arc, although they've been on a 6-0 run of their last 2 minutes. Big steal by Thompson, takes it herself. Nice spin move, trying to look for space, won't find any. And with 24 seconds to go, Tampa will, I think, try to score in this final possession, but they'll let it try to be a buzzer beater. It'll either be 77-47, 79-47, or 80-47. They'll pass it over to Stevenson, but it looks like Tampa won't go for the shot at all. The final buzzer sounds, and Tampa is now 5-1 for 2024-2025.
Another 30-point win for the Spartans, contributing from every person that stepped on the floor, even in the second half, not allowing that lead to really disintegrate or get close. Just an all-around good effort from the Spartans.
It certainly was a big win for U Tampa here at home to start a Thanksgiving week of basketball action. Taking a look at the home stats for our top performers. Unsurprisingly, leading the way for points, Zoe Pillar, 8 for 13 from the field. One of 3 Spartan players with 5 rebounds, but it was actually Vivian Jendi with 6 in the game, leading the way for Tampa as they continue their strong start to the season. Georgian Court fall to 0 for 4, but a good performance on offense. Leading the way for scoring for them was Julia Wesper, who also had a great day on defense. 9 points, 2 boards, 3 assists. So, I'm Taylor Sorthy for Alex Tremper and Andre Pyatt running the show. We'll see you on Friday as the Thanksgiving Classic begins at the University of Tampa. Men and women's basketball live from the Bob Martinez Center. We hope to see you then. But